welcome to Faithful Grace Studios. I'm Mindy. I'm the owner and creator here at Faithful Grace. What you're seeing on this tray, this lovely yellow mess, is the Squeeze the Day Mega Journal Kit. I have already cut everything out. I have already assembled my signatures and put the covers on. I just have to do the binding. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. So here, as you can see, the signatures are already bound. I put the individual signatures together with the three-hole sewn process. You get to the middle. There's this middle right there. I put the knots on the outside of this one. I did put the knots on the outside because they'll be camouflaged behind the binding, so it'll give you a nice crisp inside. So there's the inside, there's the centerfold of one signature, here's the centerfold of the other signature, nice and crisp, and then the knots are on the outside. And then I glued the covers on, left about a finger, or a little bit more than a finger's width of unglued space right here. That's what gives you a binding that will allow it to lay flat when it's finished. And this is the binding that I'm going to use. This is a piece of sample upholstery fabric that I had out of an upholstery sample kit, kind of. And so I just put a piece of bookbinding tape on the inside to stiffen it up a little bit, and it will go on the binding like this. I will leave the edges frayed a little bit, but it'll go on kind of like that. And then, of course, all of the ephemera and everything will go inside. I have like I said, I've already cut everything out and scored and inked. These are the fold out pages. There's some little pockets. It's a piece of the fabric that I had left over. I've already made this little tag. These are the journal cards. You've seen me do this before. It came with 8 journal cards. Instead of having 8 individual cards, I glued them together, and now I have 4 that have a pocket in them. So I'll finish those up and adorn those. There's a little tag I've already made. And then all of this, actually all of this, is part of this mega kit, but you can get this separately. This is a loaded tag kit. 2 large tags like this that have multiple pockets on them with all this little ephemera in there. And the thing that's in these that I love are all these little fussy cut pieces. And if you're not familiar with fussy cut is just in my opinion, it's just a fancy way of saying that you cut it out as detailed as you could. Now this one worked very well, just cutting it out completely. Most of them I leave a little tiny white around the edge just because I kind of like that white and it makes it stand out. So you can do it either way, but fussy cut is just, you know, cutting out the details. So I love that this kit comes with that fussy cut piece. Oh, so you can do that process any way that you want. This is some more of the ephemera in here. There's some more of the fussy cuts. And normally, I'm going to try to keep this separate because I'm going to do this loaded tag kit separately in a how-to video. But normally, when I get one of these mega kits going, I don't worry about keeping the pieces separate. Nobody's telling me that these fussy cuts have to go in these tags. These fussy cuts can go in the journal itself. That's what's so much fun about these kits, is that you make the rules. There's no rules. You do it how you want to do it. You put pieces where you want to put them. and go from there. It's all about what you want, what is attractive to you, what's useful to you, what feels right to you, what you enjoy doing. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to start another video for our loaded tag assembly, and then I'll be back to show you the finished journal product along with the loaded tag and how I'm going to incorporate that into the journal. Okay, I'm so excited to show you this Squeeze the Day finished junk journal. It is the Mega Journal Kit. So let me move this stuff away. Those of you that are new to the channel, this envelope contains any little scraps that I had left over. I keep them in an envelope for a short period of time after I finish a journal. Just in case I need something. I'll go through it several more times after this, and every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I need to add something right here. And so I've got a few little minor scraps, just a little fabric piece and a couple of the page tabs, and then a piece of the page edging that I use. So we're going to hold on to that. Let me move the tray out of the way so you can get the full effect of this Squeeze the Day journal. You'll recall I showed you the fabric that I was going to use for the binding. I did leave the frayed edge here, and it is not sewn down, so it will continue to fray as it's used, and I love that. Same with the top and the bottom and the back. The darker area right here that you're seeing, or the white area right there, that's the bookbinding tape. That's just to keep it a little sturdier and to make it a little more wear worthy. I did put, let me put that back, use some of the ephemera pieces on the back to put the elastic. The knot is underneath there, and it is glued down all the way, so this elastic is not going anywhere, and it is a little tiny bit loose right now. So as the user adds to and expands the journal, it will still be adequate to hold it shut. All right, so here we have, I did put some edging along some of the pages. I just had some of this, some yellow and green, and then I had some pieces that I had painted a while back that were just strips of paper, so I used some of those as well, just to give it a little extra dimension, a little interest, in addition to the interest that was already in the kit, which I love these yellows. I've always loved yellow. It is not, I wear it a good bit. It is not a color that I should probably wear, but I love it. It just makes me feel happy and joyful. So I love yellow, and I wear it whether I'm supposed to or not. Here's a little tuck spot right inside the front cover. That's one of the pieces of ephemera. I know that it's upside down. I put the tab on the side of it before I decided where I was going to put it. But I don't care that it's upside down. So that's just tucked in there. Beautiful here. Don't even need anything else here. This is one of the fold outs. Just embellished it with its piece of the ephemera, a couple of pieces of the ephemera, and then there's the fold out. This is the first mega kit that came with the loaded tag kit. The loaded tag pack, rather, has enough pieces in it to make 2 of these loaded tags. You can get that separately if you want, and I'll link to that below. There is a video showing how I put these together. I'll link to that below as well. But it's just a large tag. There's a little tuck spot in the side. There's a couple of little pieces tucked in the side there. There is all kinds of stuff tucked in here. There's pieces of ephemera. There's fussy cut pieces. There's another tag on the back, or another pocket on the back with more fussy cuts, more ephemera stuck down in there. What is this? This is a little, I think this is a little cupcake. All kinds of fun things stuck down in here. I'm loving this loaded tag concept, and you will see more of my mega kits coming with these in the future. This is just the first one. So there's the fold out. I just rested this one right there. It fits nicely right there. This is a pocket that I made with the fold outs. The fold out, as you know, comes, or as you may know, comes ready to, it's got the little tab on the back. You put it in there. You can, and I just trimmed it a little bit more. It's already trimmed enough so that it'll fold. I just trimmed it a little bit more so that it would be an obvious pocket. And then I stuck a piece of the ephemera in there. Here we have another little pocket, another little piece of ephemera. This is just two of the little flags that was in the ephemera pack. I just glued them together. You could make a little, put a little message on the back if you wanted to. Here's a nice page to write on or journal, and there is one of the painted page edges that I mentioned. Here is the other loaded tag. Put a little bit of ephemera on the front, a loaded tag or tag spot here with some of the pieces of ephemera and a tag, and then more ephemera and fussy cuts in the tag or in the pocket on the back. I really love these, and this one is residing in this belly band that I made with the ephemera. Here's another little pocket, doesn't have anything in it, somewhere to put some things later. Another pocket. This is actually two of the journal cards. Some of you have seen me do this before. I'll take the set of 8 journal cards and make 4 journal cards with pockets. So now there's a pocket there. This piece of ephemera is in there, and so you could put a private message there or write a private thought there and stick it back in this card, and it's hidden. So I do that a lot. I like to do that. Another piece of edging here that I added. Does not come with the kit. It's just something that I had on hand. And you'll find as you start putting these kits together that you have all kind of stuff you can use to embellish with. You probably just haven't thought about it from that perspective. This was one of the piece of the ephemera. There's another piece of the ephemera that's a little pocket. Doesn't have anything in it. You can put something in that later. Beautiful yellows, lemons, lemon squeezy. Another piece of page edging there. Didn't do anything here. Nothing here. Just put one little page edging strip here. And then here is the next fold out. I think it's the only other one, the second one. There was 2 in this kit. This one I also made a pocket out of. I did put a notch in this one. And here's another 2 of the journal cards glued together to make a pocket. This pocket is currently empty, but you can put whatever you want in there. This was just a little bit, this was a piece of the ephemera. This was a scrap from the page edging, and then this is a scrap from the binding that I just stuck on there just to add some interest. Nothing here, didn't have to do anything here. Enough gorgeousness in the kit itself here. Didn't really need to do anything there. Here is one of the slide-in tuck spots, and another set of the journal cards. 2 journal cards put together, 2 pieces of ephemera put together with a tab, and then this is just stuck in that little pocket right there. See, there's no rules. You can do this however you want. This one I did completely different than the ones I've done in the past. More page edging here. And then here we have, I'll put that right there on the, here we have a little tiny pocket that doesn't have anything in it right now. And here is this is a hidden paper clip. There's a paper clip in there, so it just slides and clips on there. That's actually a piece of ephemera that I had left over from the Daisies and Daffodils kit. And here is another one of the journal cards sewn, glued together, made a pocket. Some of the ephemera. I just put a fabric piece on, so made a little tag out of that, and that sits right there. I will link to the hidden paper clip video down below. They are super, super simple to make. You don't need to measure anything, cut anything. You don't need to have any special tools or equipment or anything. They're super easy to make. I sat down last night in front of the TV when we were watching, my husband and I were watching TV, and I probably made 30 of them inside of about an hour. They're just super simple. So I'll link to that video down below. Another little pocket here on the inside of the back cover. And then here we are at the back cover. So very simple, very bright, very useful, lots of yumminess. I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough, and I hope you enjoy making your own.